Yo, let's talk about how to focus the right way because so many of us struggle with focus. Hey, if you're new to this channel, my name is Richard. I'm so glad that you're here with me. I'm an entrepreneur as well as a high performance coach, and I want to give you 7.5, that's right, 7.5 ways of how to stay focused. And these are ways that I've used for myself as well as through coaching over 300 individuals, university students, working professionals, entrepreneurs on how to stay focused. So here we go with these 7 different tips. I hope you get loads of value from them.
They are just small scars. We should never be.
The first one is going to be to take an inventory of your environment. Right now, as you're watching this video on your computer, is it completely cluttered? Are there snacks from last night? Are there so many different kinds of distractions or things to play around with? If you're focusing on one subject, one project right now, why do you have multiple textbooks and multiple notebooks opened up? I'm calling you out right now because I actually care about you, and you're thinking, oh man, Richard, you're making me feel uncomfortable. I'm making you feel uncomfortable because I want you to grow. So you want to clean out and declutter your entire workspace so that you only have 1 or 2 things in front of you. Minimize it so you only have the bare essentials that you need, whether that's a notebook, computer, 1 pen to get your work done. Second tip is going to be to turn your phone on airplane mode, and better yet, put it in the other room. Look, too many of us get distracted where you have your phone face up, and even if your phone is face down but it's in arm's reach, anytime that you feel a little tired or you come across a problem, something within your work in which you just don't really want to work hard to overcome that problem, you just take the path of least resistance, which is, oh, there's my phone. Social media can give me a hit of dopamine, so you go ahead and reach for that. Do not do that. Whenever I work, I typically leave my phone in the other room. That's right. If you can't control yourself, literally go up to your friend, go up to a family member and say, I need you to hold my phone for the next 4 hours. That's gonna do you wonders. Tip number 3 that I have for you is to go ahead and decrease the number of tabs on our computer. Look, in our society, we are very ADD and very buggy, right? We have 14 different tabs open and we're always bouncing from one tab to the next. And type in the comments if this is relatable to you. Something that happens with me when I get really tired is I start working on one tab, but then my brain starts getting a little tired, so I think to myself, you know what? Let me just go to another tab. And then you go check your email, and then you go to Facebook, and then you check on all these tabs, and soon enough, you find yourself on YouTube. What's the problem here? Your brain is always trying to find the path of least resistance, right? There's that feeling again of wanting to go from one thing to the next. Close out all of your tabs. I actively assess. I should only have 2 tabs open maximum whenever I'm trying to do work. If you're trying to focus on one thing, right? Focus stands for follow one course until successful, then go ahead and exit out of all your other tabs to help you stay focused. Tip number 4 that I have for you is to single-hand every single task that you do. There is not a lot of value in trying to do 20 minutes of work here and then shifting over to another task and doing 20 minutes there. In fact, research shows it takes about 16 to 17 minutes for individuals to reach their heightened state of focus after they get interrupted. Which means that if you're working on one task and you're in your heightened state of focus, you're working, you're in the flow, and all of a sudden you decide, you know what, I'm just gonna shift over to another task, it's gonna take you another 16 to 17 minutes or maybe even more to get into the same level of focus. So stay focused on one thing, see it all the way through, finish that reading, finish that project, finish that batch of emails, and then move on to the next task. You're gonna find that in the cumulative time that you're gonna be spending a lot less time working on those tasks. Tip number 5. Hold on, let me take a sip of water first. Oh. Tip number 5 is to stay hydrated. Exactly, you know already what I'm talking about. Your brain is made up of water. Our bodies are made of, vast majority of our bodies are composed of water. How can we function as living organisms if we're not constantly hydrating? I cannot tell you how many times I've seen individuals sit down at the library when I was going to school at UCLA, and they would have no hydration, and they would literally grind out for 4 hours, not getting up, not taking a break, just sitting through grinding for 4 hours with no hydration. Look, I try to drink 16 ounces of water every single hour because what happens is it forces my body to actually want to go pee. So I have to stand up, walk over to the bathroom, there's my physical activity about once every single hour, which is going to allow for me to get physical exercise, help me stay hydrated, and make sure that I'm taking good breaks in between work sessions. So make sure you're getting enough water. In fact, if you don't have water by you right now, I'd pause this video, go get a glass of water, then come on back because I got a few more for you. Tip number 6 that I have for you is to set hard deadlines on your tasks. There's this concept known as Parkinson's Law, which states that work expands so as to fill the time available for completion. If you give yourself 2 hours to do something, chances are it'll take you about 2 hours. If someone said, you know what, I need you to crunch it down into 1 hour and 30 minutes, I think you and I would both agree you probably get it done in 1 hour and 30 minutes. When you shorten and time collapse your deadlines within reason, you're able to do tasks a lot more efficiently. So whatever the task is at hand right now that you're working on, your biggest project, I want you to take out a pen and paper, go to your planner, and actually write down one sentence, which is, I will finish this task by, and write that deadline. This transitions me into tip number 7, which is to actually set consequences for your tasks. Look, the reason why hard deadlines work so well, especially if you're in a school context or in a context of a professional environment, is your professor or your boss gives you a deadline and is expecting for you to finish it. What happens if you don't finish it? At UCLA, a very cutthroat school, professors did not allow for late assignments. If you miss it, and you get a 0 on that grade, which plummets your grade. If you miss what your boss tells you to do and you do that over and over, chances are you're gonna get fired. So we need to engineer real consequences into our own lives as well. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little lazy, I feel myself procrastinating a little bit, I will literally call up my accountability partner. I will text him and say, hey man, I need to get X, Y, and Z task done before 5 p.m. today. I'm gonna send you a screenshot. I'm gonna send you a video showing you that I actually finished it. And if I don't, I'm going to PayPal you $500. I've actually done that before. There have been a few close times where I almost did not finish, but trust me, when you have a consequence in place, typically a negative consequence, you're gonna be a lot more motivated to finish strong. In tip 7.5, the reason why it's a 0.5 and not tip 8 is because this is very different from all the other ones. And it's to actually execute. Listen to me, look in my eyes as I'm talking to you. How many YouTube videos have you watched? How many personal development, how many productivity pieces of content have you consumed, but you're still just watching a YouTube video? I always tell all of my high performance coaching clients that information without implementation is meaningless. Stop consuming content if you're no longer implementing. What I like to do is as soon as I take a golden nugget, and there have been 7.5 golden nuggets in this video, I want you to stop watching YouTube, go tackle these tasks immediately, execute on them, and then come back and learn some more. Because at the end of the day, it all boils down to execution. Now, if you're having some trouble executing, you're watching all these motivational YouTube videos, podcasts, reading all these books. Books are no problem, right? There's nothing wrong with this, but if you're not executing into your own life, then you may need a coach. And lucky for you, this coming Saturday, I'm actually hosting a free live masterclass in which I'm gonna show you how to double your productivity and take off 12.5 hours of your work week. How does that sound? Completely free for you to attend. All you need to do is click that first link in the description down below. That's gonna take you over to the registration page. Type your name and email, and that's gonna reserve your spot. Every single week, we have a couple hundred people that come on these. I over-deliver with free value on them. So go ahead, register for that. I cannot wait to see you there. Hey, also, I wanna remind you that this video was 100% free for you. I have an operations team as well as a video team that helped me when creating these videos to get you this free, positive content. So if this served you, I'm on a mission to impacting 1 million people with high performance content. So copy this link, text it to a friend, go ahead and take a screenshot, tag me on Instagram. I'm gonna put my Instagram right there so you can give me a follow and tag me on your story. But make sure you share this with some people so that we get this information out to more people. Because the more people that are high performance, I truly believe the better this world will be. And remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. I'll see you next week. Oh man. Tip number 5 is to stay. Oh, excuse me. Oh shit. Oh crap. You okay, dude? He's okay.